Welcome to locker room number 81. I am with nobody because I keep scaring everyone away. Sam, thanks for being here.
Hey, you're welcome.
At least I don't have to run the back end of the show, just the in front of the camera stuff, right?
Yeah, the important thing.
No, I do appreciate it, Sam. We are here, episode number 81, Holly Mason Building. What a horrible day, by the way. Have you seen how rainy it is? Have you looked outside, Sam, since you've been in here?
I have, and I actually like the rain.
Really?
I'm a big rain guy.
Well, actually, here's Andrew. Andrew Sparrow's here with me today. He always makes an appearance. So what do you mean you like the rain?
I don't know. I like the rain, and it's kind of like a warm rain today, which is kind of nice.
Kind of. It's a little chilly though.
I've been outside since this morning at about 7 though.
So it was extra chilly then too. So I guess it was warm enough for you then.
I don't know. I've always kind of liked the rain.
Okay.
I don't have like any particular reason why. Like I can't be except the best smell in the world.
Right.
Is right after it rains and it's like warm outside. Ooh.
That's the spot for you.
That'll get me going.
That'll okay. Good to know. Do you know what gets me going is the absolute just ridiculousness going on Twitter right now. The fact that Elon Musk bought Twitter,
crazy,
is hilarious to me in every shape and form. Could you imagine like just saying, hey, like he just woke up one day and he's like, I'm gonna go buy Twitter. I'm gonna go just spend $44 billion and buy Twitter, and then everyone freaks out about it.
Oh, and
Everyone's
it was like
minds.
nothing to him too.
And it's he just doesn't even care. And I would go out on a limb. I think he's autistic. I don't think that's a hot take, is it?
Musk?
Yeah.
Not like I would guess. I would guess he might be on the spectrum. Yeah.
Right, but like not like there's nothing negative
No,
in that
not at all.
connotation. It's fascinating to see like he just doesn't care. He's not a guy who leverages his money. He leverages his brain. I feel like he just knows he's smarter and more forward thinking than anybody else. And I think it's hilarious that he's able to do this. And then people freak out about it. They like, we're gonna leave Twitter if he buys it. It's like, okay, see ya.
I saw not a lot of people I know, but I saw a lot of people saying that they're like, if he buys Twitter, we're gone. And it's like,
right.
I mean, okay, that's fine.
Right. I don't
mean,
think
it's
anyone's
your
gonna
prerogative.
miss you. I don't think anybody is going to miss them whatsoever. And I think it's hilarious how much he's just playing into it all. Like he really just doesn't care. Like it's his, he owns it now, so he's going to keep rolling with it. All right, let's talk a little bit of sports. So first off, like I said, episode number 81, there is one Mariners pitcher who was number 81 last year. He's a nobody, not worth my time. But a lot of Seahawks are at number 81 or have been in the past. Sam, your favorite guy, Corn Robinson?
Oh, big Corn fan.
Big Corn guy. I wonder how many guys, have you ever met a Corn? Koren? Or have ever seen a Corn?
It's like a core N.
Corn.
Oh, no.
Really?
Have you met a Corin?
No.
Oh.
No, not at all.
Okay. I was like, wow.
Yeah, no, I haven't. He was supposed to be like really good. He was drafted 9th overall by the Seahawks in 2001 with the same trade package they got for trading Joey Galloway away, and they drafted Sean Alexander with that as well. So he's supposed to be really good. He played with the Seahawks for a few years, didn't get his next contract with them, went to the Vikings and the Packers, and came back to the Seahawks in 2008. And then he played in like some semi-pro football league stuff for a couple of years. But he was like the stereotypical, supposed to be like number one stud wide receiver. If I remember right, it was a long time ago. He had some personal issues, got in some trouble. Didn't really do anything. He only finished his career with 294 receptions, 4,000 yards, and 16 touchdowns. So kind of a nobody, unfortunately. The other guys who have been number 81, Golden Tate, obviously a big deal in that Seattle Seahawks Super Bowl run, and allegedly punched Russell Wilson, or didn't punch, sorry. That was Percy Harvin who allegedly punched him. Golden Tate allegedly slept with Russell Wilson's ex-wife. What do you think the odds are that that's truthful?
Who was Russell Wilson's ex-wife? Sorry.
The blonde that he was with when he got drafted.
Oh, yeah.
Ashton?
Would this have been
Was it Ashton?
post-divorce?
Yeah, Ashton. It was like during. Like
While they were still married? Or
allegedly
while,
that was part of the reason why.
Pretty high.
God, I don't know. I'd like to think it's true just because it's kind of funny looking back on, because it seems like everybody's happy and have gone their separate ways. But is that something you're supposed to laugh at? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you're supposed to be like cool with that.
Who knows?
Who knows, right? Whatever.
We're
It's my
definitely
show. I
wrong
can do what I
people to
want.
ask.
Nate Burleson, number 81. Very impressive wide receiver of the Seahawks. Great punt returner. Now works for NFL Network. Did a lot of good things for this organization. Continues to very much like Seattle. Gerald Everett played a year in Seattle last year. Didn't do much, and now is not with the Seahawks anymore. I don't know where he went, actually. Before we traded away Russell Wilson, got Noah Fant, I kind of wanted to bring Gerald Everett back. Chargers. Plays for the Chargers, going back to L.A. Played with the Rams before Seattle. Nick Vannett, another tight end, didn't do anything. Kevin Norwood, guy Seattle drafted a few years back in like the 4th round, I want to say. I was really excited about him. Ended up becoming a nobody, like a lot of Seattle draft picks over the last few years. Hopefully that changes, which we will get to right now. Sam, did you watch any of the NFL draft?
I did not.
Did you? I saw that you saw that Steelers wide receiver. So you saw some of like the highlights.
I saw like little bits. The only thing I saw was the Steelers wide receiver draft, just because funny, and that Dr. Disrespect got to announce one of the draft picks, which was kind of cool.
That was pretty cool. Yeah, there were some interesting people to announce draft picks. They try to do it every year, but this time they kind of went all out with it.
Who else announced some drafts?
The Keegan-Michael Key did it for.
That's actually pretty cool.
Somebody. I really enjoy their humor. I really very much enjoy Key and Peele. Seattle had. I don't know if Seattle had anyone that interesting, actually. They had a bunch of just like fans. They had Shaquem Griffin.
Having fans do it is kind of cool too.
Yeah. They like you kind of earn it, I guess. Like you can kind of like win like a prize. Like it's part of like a prize you can win, I guess. So like, I mean, I would very much enjoy doing that. The guy kind of messed up the. What did he say? He said he kind of messed up saying Seahawks. He's like he kind of like slurred it. It was like in the Seattle Seahawks. It was very funky. He probably was a little nervous.
Nerves, yeah.
Little nervous. You know, he's only announcing it in front of millions of people.
Super casual.
Not a big deal. So the Seahawks had a very good draft by all accounts. Most people agreed. For the first time in a long time, a lot of years, Seattle they just get Fs. They get Ds. They get Cs. Most of the time, they just don't do very well, and they haven't done very well. But this year, I think, Sam, you can mark this down. I think this will be the best Seattle draft since 2012 when they drafted Russell Wilson.
Those are that's a take.
I think this will be better than and it may even be. Nah, that's a little too hot. I was about to say it may be better than the last 10 combined, but I think that's a little bit of a stretch.
So you're saying that the Seahawks only have a good draft every decade?
It kind of seems like it. Yeah, they nailed a couple there in the beginning, and yeah, they haven't. I would say you could probably take 5 of the last 10 drafts, combine them, and it wouldn't be as good as what they did this year. I think that's how good this draft might actually be. They started off in the first round. They had pick number 9. A lot of people were thinking they might trade back. If they would have traded back, I'd have been very, very upset, I think. The amount of talent that was in the upper half of that first round was on a completely different level, blue chip level compared to the second half of that first round. They ended up selecting offensive tackle Charles Cross out of Mississippi State. Playing under Mike Leach in that air raid offense doesn't quite fit what Seattle's scheme has been the past few years, but I still think it was the right choice. Super athletic, really nice guy. He's only 21. He's 6'5", 307 as a 21-year-old. Can you imagine?
That's a big guy. It's a big boy.
An absolute freak of nature being that size at 21. He said he used to play basketball, and it turns out when you're 6'5", it's really not that impressive. Football, as an offensive lineman, that actually fits pretty well, but when you're a basketball player, you have to be pretty fast, and when you're 300 pounds, it doesn't quite work out that well. But he will be day one left tackle starter, will be competing for Pro Bowls pretty darn quick after that, just has to get his run blocking figured out, especially in Seattle's offense. That's probably the biggest knock on him, but before he was recruited to Mississippi State, it was before Mike Leach got there, Mike Leach being, again, the air raid offense connoisseur, the guy who that's all he runs. And so there's a lot of question marks surrounding Cross's ability in the run game. But he was asked about it after he was drafted by the Seahawks and said he's excited to get back to that ground and pound style that he was accustomed to in high school. And his first season when he redshirted for Mississippi State. The second round, they got Boye Mafe Out of Minnesota, he is more of a outside linebacker in a 3-4 defense, but that's what Seattle's switching over to. He late bloomer. He's a little old. He's a 23-year-old redshirt senior, but blew up at the combine and in the Senior Bowl. A guy who is really going to influence teams off the edge. His pro comp was Darrell Taylor, another Seahawk. You have to love to see that. So those two coming off the edge will be nice to see. His issue, again, is run defense. So we're looking at the run game on both sides of the ball. But his size, I think, plays to that of being a decent run defender. Setting the edge is something that he needs to work on. But at 6'4", 261, he definitely has the size to do that. Just a matter if he can translate that to actually bringing that production on. In the second of the second-round picks, they selected Ken Walker, the third, running back out of Michigan State. Big surprise there, Sam. Seattle has currently Chris Carson and Rashad Penny as current running backs. Both are essentially Pro Bowlers. Penny would have been if he would have played all year, but he was hurt, as he usually is. What would you do, Sam? You had a guy in Rashad Penny, had 6 weeks of probably being the best running back in football. You have Chris Carson, perennial Pro Bowler, coming off of a hip injury in 2020 and then a neck injury in 2021. Ooh. Probably don't expect the guy to be all that healthy, right? A running back, by the way.
Yeah, I would assume if you're coming off a neck injury, even if you have a quote-unquote full recovery, that's a
tough ask.
That's a tough ask.
Would you personally? You're an NFL player.
Yes, I am.
It's hard, right? It's hard because it's like, do you want to come back and play? Like, you might get like some, you might get a little.
How long has he been playing for?
He is. Whoops! I typed in Christ. That doesn't help. So Chris Carson is 27, and his contract is. Making a decent amount of money because he signed an extension with Seattle. So he would make, so essentially for $5 million, would you play as a 27-year-old, essentially now, right now you have a neck issue. NFL comes calling and says, we will pay you $5 million to run the football. I know you have a neck injury. Would you do it?
So he's been playing for a couple of years, and if he was smart with his money, he probably has he at least a couple million, potentially.
Yeah.
Unless, he was going, unless he was wilding out.
Right.
I don't know if it's worth.
I don't think I would.
I guess it also depends on the severity of the neck injury. Right. But if it was, but they also, you said he had a back injury as well.
Hip.
Ooh, that's rough for running back.
He broke his hip 2 years ago.
Yeah, broken hip, neck injury.
Neck.
I think I'd be out at that point. I'd be like, this has been great.
Right.
I'm 20. That's rough though.
I think I would be out as well. Because Seattle already has had 2 stars in the last 5 years get their careers cut short due to a neck injury. Both Cam Chancellor and Cliff Averill both had their careers done after suffering neck injuries. Good point. Gianni said, just use steroids like Peyton Manning. I don't think Manning did steroids, but Manning did play after getting his neck fused. A little bit different positions, and Manning also didn't really take sacks. He just fell down before he got hit. So the Seattle decided to draft Ken Walker in the second round at pick number 41, a 5'9", 211 junior, like I said, out of Michigan State, arguably the best running back in the draft. His only knock is his pass protection, and kind of catching passes out of the backfield is also a problem.
But that's something you could, if he's a junior in college, that's something you could very easily work on over the next couple of years.
He's 21, and the big factor with that, it's not like he can't run the football. He's a running back. So, his first and primary goal is running the football. Picking up pass protection and learning how to catch the ball out of the backfield are things you definitely can learn compared to being able to read the holes and, get that burst in. Gianni said his wife allegedly got steroids mailed to their house. I kind of...
What?
I don't think that's right, but I'm going to look it up because I'm very curious. Oh... Okay, there is a little bit of discussion here. I kind of don't remember this.
HGH sent to Peyton Manning's home, but lawyers say it wasn't for QB, according to report. Peyton Manning's attorney confirmed HGH shipments were sent to his home in Florida, by an Indianapolis clinic, but said they were not intended to be used by him, according to documents filed in federal court.
Okay. All right, and the NFL studied it for 7 months and said there was no credible evidence. But I still like that idea that he did. I don't care. He's a quarterback who didn't run the football, who didn't have a very strong arm. It obviously didn't do anything for him. I'm pretty sure it didn't help heal his neck. It may have.
I mean, it might have helped a little.
Could have helped a little bit. But I don't care. It's Peyton Manning. He's still one of the top 5 best quarterbacks.
I think he roid everyone up and see how high we can jump.
You know, there needs to be. Now we've talked about this, I think, on the show a couple times. There needs to be a separate league
so, yeah.
with average athletes, because the really good athletes, you're playing in the NFL. You're going to make more money in the NFL. Average athletes just get absolutely tanked on steroids, just injected every day, every single day. See how big they can get, see how fast they can get, and see how hard they can hit. Just do it. What do you have to lose?
I think that'd be really fun in baseball.
Baseball could also afford that.
If you know they're, that'd be fun to watch.
Yeah, being able to hit the ball 500 feet like it's nothing would definitely be an interesting.
Or golf, just rip into it.
Rip some 300-yard drives plus every single time with your eyes closed, with your offhand. Just make it easy.
Just full Happy Gilmore. Get beers out there, everyone yelling and clapping.
Yep, and just smoke it. In the third round, Seattle picked Abe Lucas, offensive tackle out of Washington State. The first time they drafted a Washington State player since Marcus Trufant. And another air raid kind of tackle, a guy who's a better pass pro guy than a run blocker. But the size at 6'6", I've seen some 6'7s out there, 315. He's an older guy, 23 years old, redshirt senior out of WSU. A bunch of my Coug friends were pumped for this, especially the ones who aren't like big Seahawks fans. And they're like, all right, now I'm going to watch Seahawks even more because I'm going to root just purely for the right tackle in Abe Lucas. And he, again, pumped. He's from Everett. Hometown team is the Seahawks. He's just going to be fun. He's going to be fun to watch, fun to have a local guy on the team.
That's got to be kind of a cool feeling to get drafted by your home team.
Right, and get a call from John Schneider, the general manager, and saying, hey, welcome to the Seahawks, the team that you've watched your entire life. In the fourth round, Sam, did you see this pick? His name was Kobe Bryant.
I feel like there's jokes to be made here, but I also don't feel like making those jokes.
It's just a killer of a pick. I'll think of a couple other ones.
Probably shouldn't.
It's been over a year. We're okay.
Rip Kobe.
We're fine. So he was named after Kobe, and he spells his name Coby. So it's not a direct match, but that was on purpose. But that was his athlete growing up. His nickname, I think, was the Red Mamba because he played at Cincinnati, and I want to say that was his nickname. But he played next to Sauce Gardner, arguably the top corner in the draft, but Kobe Bryant actually won the award for the best defensive back in college football last year. A little undersized, didn't run super fast, 23 years old, probably doesn't have as high of a ceiling, but again, he was voted as the best defensive back in college football last year, and Seattle got him in the fourth round.
That's impressive. Do you think they'll call him the Blue Mamba here?
Ooh, he could become the Blue Mamba. Or the Green Mamba, if you want to go a little alternate.
There we go.
The blue-green Mamba.
That feels a little wordy.
Maybe all I know is that he should probably not use the helicopter pad. I heard guys could be unsafe. Fifth round, Tariq Woolen, cornerback out of UTSA, 6'4", 205. So Sam, this guy's he's 6'4". He ran a 4.26, which is like 0.04 slower than the record for the fastest guy in the combine. He's 6'4", 205.
Jeez. An
absolute athletic freak.
That'd be scary coming at you.
Right, and I don't have the actual number in front of me, but he jumped. His vert was also super impressive. But kind of to compare, so Woolen is 6'3", Sherman was 6'2". No, sorry, Woolen's 6'4", Sherman was 6'3". But Sherman only ran like a 4.5. So he's a lanky, Sherman-looking guy who runs much faster than him. Super raw. Converted wide receiver just like Sherman was. But he was picked in the fifth round. A lot of people thought just based off of his ceiling alone could have been a third-round draft pick, and Seattle got him in the fifth round. Now it's just a matter if Seattle can develop him into the shutdown corner that Seattle likes to employ out there with the long arms. That'll be kind of the key. 5th round, Tyreek Smith, an edge rusher out of Ohio State. Just a guy who can get after the quarterback. That'll be all. He'll never be a run defender. He's going to be a situational pass rusher. His entire job will be go out and to get the quarterback. Nothing super special about him. 7th round draft pick, Bo Melton, a wide receiver out of Rutgers. Really underrated guy who had no one to throw him the football. 5'11", 189, senior, 22 years old. A lot of guys comparing him to Doug Baldwin based off of his size, based off of his knowledge, based off of just the way he moves. He just had nobody to throw him the football. He ran a 4.34 and also is a big return guy. So he'll be competing with D. Eskridge for that return job.
Big return guy.
Big return guy. Last pick, this is probably the guy I know the least about. Derek Young, wide receiver out of Lenoir-Rhyne. 6'3", 220, senior as well. He was the top wide receiver in Division II. He only played 5 games last year. See, that's what I don't know much about him, actually. He only played in 5 games. I'm not quite sure how he became MCL sprain. I don't know who this guy is, actually. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know much about him at all. He's a 7th round draft pick. He probably won't make the team. We'll move on. Sorry. Not worth my time. Not worth my time at all. All right. Sticking with the NFL news a couple days ago, DeAndre Hopkins, wide receiver for the Cardinals, suspended 6 games for actual performance-enhancing drug use. He was caught with essentially a masking agent. Whenever you have a masking agent, you're doing performance-enhancing drugs. It's just the way it happens. Just the way it goes. He released a statement by saying, "In my 10-year NFL career, I have never tested positive for using performance-enhancing drugs. To learn that my November test came back with trace elements of a banned substance, I was confused and shocked." By the way, how is it that it's May 3rd probably, I think, when this was announced? How is it that a test in November just came back positive 6 months later?
Huh?
I don't know how much sense that makes. No, I have no idea. What's really funny, DeAndre Hopkins, this is just ironic. DeAndre Hopkins said last NFL season, he posted on Twitter and deleted it, I don't know, like a day later, but he tweeted saying about the vaccines. I don't think he's vaccinated. And he tweeted about the vaccines saying something like, the fact that, I can be judged or, I can hurt my teammates for what I don't put in my body or something like that about the vaccines. And then he gets caught using performance-enhancing drugs for stuff that he actually put into his body is pretty ironic and funny to me. What an idiot.
It definitely feels a little karma-y.
I would agree with that for sure. Definitely would agree with that. Seattle plays in Germany. Did you see that?
I did. That's kind of cool.
It's very cool for the sense that they'll be the first team ever to do it. They're playing Tampa in Germany, and it's a Tampa home game, which means Seattle gets to keep all of their home games. It'll be in the Allianz Arena, home of Bayern Munich, one of the top teams in the world, top team in the Bundesliga. And Allianz Arena is very, very pretty. It's a very cool-looking stadium. Very excited to see them play over there. The worst part about it is it's 6:30 a.m. Pacific time for the game, and that is horrid.
So that sounds like a stay up all night, watch the game.
Oh, my God. Actually, the best part about it, though, is that when that game's over, then you have a full day of football still. And you just get to go wild on football from 6:30 to – you could watch football from 6:30 to 9 p.m.
It's a full day drinking day right there.
You get 15 hours of football, 12 hours of red zone. It is absolute madness. So that's pretty cool. We'll see how that plays out. Tampa scares me still. That won't be great. Gianni said allegedly, people don't want me to talk about soccer. Well, that's a shame because Manchester City played yesterday and they lost. And it was a collapse of all collapses. They were up. It's an aggregate scoring, 2 legs total after the 2 legs wins. Man City was up. Let's see here. They were up 4-2. 4-3. 4-3 over Real Madrid going into the game yesterday. They couldn't lose by 2. They don't lose by 2, they win. City scores in the 75th minute. They're up 5-3. Now they just can't give up 3 goals, and they win. They give up 2, they go to extra time. They give up a goal in the 90th minute. Okay, that's fine. There's 5 minutes left of the added time. They'll be just fine. Oh wait, never mind. They give up a goal a minute later. Now they're tied. Okay, let's just go to extra time. They'll figure it out. They give up a goal in the 95th minute. Now they're losing. Now they have 15 minutes. And then they lost. They lost, Sam.
That's
It is a collapse of exponential. I was watching this game with probably the guy who I talk soccer with most. His name is Max Shepard. He's at my house right now playing my Xbox because he's home from the Navy. And he was watching this game with me. He's a fan of Tottenham, another English team. And I shouldn't have watched it with him because then he wanted to watch the post-game reaction. I hate watching post-game reaction when my team loses. I can't do it. I can't watch SportsCenter. I can't listen to the radio. I can't do anything sports-related after the Seahawks lose, after anybody loses. It's horrible. And he wanted to watch it. So City gets knocked out in the semifinals of the Champions League. They still have never won this tournament. Pep Guardiola, who won 4 of them between Bayern Munich and Barcelona, has not won them with City, and it will not happen this year. The cool thing, though, in regards to Champions League, each continent has their own Champions League. Asia, Africa, I think North and Central America share one. Seattle Sounders played in the Champions League of CONCACAF last night in the championship, Sam. Did you know that?
I did not.
You missed out on an absolute banger. For the first time in the history of the modern format of the CONCACAF Champions League, a U.S. team won it. And it's awesome. They won. I mean, they absolutely decimated Pumas from Mexico City. They won that aggregate 5-2, actually, 5-2. And a lot of it was just because they dominated from start to finish. And they lost 2 guys due to injury. They're playing a Mexican team, which historically has more depth because they have more money. And Seattle comes out and put on an absolute clinic in front of the largest crowd in CONCACAF history. So the reason why I'm comparing these two things is the winner between Liverpool and Real Madrid in the championship of the UEFA Champions League then gets put into the Club World Cup, and that's where the Sounders also get invited to. So the Sounders could play like Real Madrid, which is really, really cool. They're going to get absolutely waxed. Let's not mistake this. Sounders are going to get absolutely destroyed by these other club teams, but it's still pretty cool. Still pretty cool for the Sounders to be able to go nose-to-nose with some of the other top teams in the world, club teams in the world, and really excited that'll be next year. Just really impressed with what Seattle was able to do last night. That's why I'm wearing the Sounders jersey today, and just very, very happy to see them do well because I think they're the best, arguably the best franchise in MLS history. They've had unparalleled success. They've never missed out on the playoffs. They're the first American team, like I said, to win this tournament. 2 MLS Cups, a Supporters Shield, multiple U.S. Open Cups. Just no one else can stand toe-to-toe with what Seattle has been able to do in the trophy cabinet in the last 11 years that they have been in MLS. All right, that was my soccer spiel for everyone who didn't want me to talk about soccer. Greatest Seattle sports program, sad. Jay Brown said that. Jay Brown, nice. That's a burner, Sam, in case you were curious. I don't know if you're able to see the comments right now, but Jay Brown is a burner.
I did not know it was a burner.
Yep, it's a burner account. I know exactly who it is, but I won't dox him.
Don't dox him. No, don't dox him.
Not in the doxing department. Not in the doxing department. Yeah, nice. All right, so Mariners, Sam, you and I were talking just a few minutes before the show about the Mariners. Too much sports sometimes. A little bit sports overload. Seattle was coming off of a very impressive homestand where they went 7-2. They swept Kansas City. They took 2 of 3 from Texas. They took 2 of 3 from Houston. And then they went on the road. They beat Tampa in the first game, so they continued that 4-game winning streak. Then they lost 4 in a row, beat Miami in the final game, and then they just got swept by Houston. So I'm pretty sure they're sitting at 500. I think they're 13-13. Does that sound right? They're 12-13. They're a game under 500. They're on a bit of a skid. They are on a massive scoring skid. They've scored 2 runs in 27 innings. Not a recipe for success. Not a recipe for success whatsoever. It's actually really unfortunate. I was just talking with a couple of friends about the bats have disappeared. So, like I said, they're scoring. They have scored. Before that, 2 runs in 27 innings. They scored 3 runs in a game. 1-6, 1-2, 4-4. And those are on the back end of that home winning streak. So they just can't get the bats going. Sam, what are they doing wrong?
I'm real versed in this topic, and there's too much for me to go into to kind of talk about what I think they're doing wrong.
I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm just too good of a hitter to like.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I don't think the years I played baseball, I don't think I ever struck out. I don't think I ever actually flied out, grounded out.
You're
nothing.
batting 1,000.
Yeah, I've batted 1,000 since Little League.
Yeah.
And so I just don't know what they're missing if I'm this good.
It's so obvious,
yeah,
right?
It's just so obvious. It's painfully obvious that I'm surprised their hitting coaches haven't noticed it.
Right.
And I will be expecting a call from them probably any day.
Very, very soon.
Of my, batting average.
Because of your batting average. So speaking of batting average, it's a great leeway into what I want to talk about. J.P. Crawford absolutely killing it this year, batting .364 with an OBP of .452. He has 14 runs, 10 RBIs, and 4 home runs. Probably the best, maybe not the best hitter, most consistent hitter. Ty France, who just came out with a torrid batting average, is now down to .333, struggled the last few games. He has 5 home runs, 21 RBIs, and his slugging sitting at .515 with an OPS of .917. So beneath those two guys who are killing it, .364 and .333, you have Adam Frazier, who's a career like .280 hitter. He's batting .230. Below him, the 4th best hitter on average is Julio Rodriguez, who's batting .230, has doubled his batting average in the last. He's actually probably been the most consistent offensive player over the last 2 weeks behind J.P. Crawford. He's batting .230, hit his first home run. Let's watch that home run real quick. I want to get something to get me jacked up about the Mariners again.
Hammered, blast off, left field, number 1, here it comes! Julio Rodriguez with a mash of a 3-run bomb.
It was just bound to happen. Bound to happen. He hit that 450 feet, 110 exit velo, his first home run. Just very impressed with Julio. What with Sam?
You good?
I don't think so. I am very impressed with
good thing you have your batting average.
What Julio is doing at the plate and actually on the field. He's played an exceptional center fielder. Center field for a guy who had never really played there before. And he's still only 21. Below Julio is Eugenio Suarez, batting .202, just above the Mendoza line. Below him, a career 300 hitter, is Jesse Winker, batting .186. Abraham Toro, batting .160. And Jared Kelenic is batting .127 with 30 strikeouts. Julio also has 33 strikeouts, but it just kind of shows you the difference in what Julio's been able to do with his balls that are in play compared to what Jared has been able to do with his balls in play. God. Sam, it's a rough go right now. It's a rough go. So, some news here. Kind of fun. Tyreek Hill, the Dolphins wide receiver, one of the faster players in the league, just challenged DK Metcalf to a race. Going to put $50,000 on the line for charity. That's pretty cool.
That actually is pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. This is the stuff. If I was making millions of dollars a year and I was like super fast, super strong, super anything, really, literally anything, if I made a lot of dollars doing it, I would do charity things like that all the time. That sounds like a fun and easy way to get your clout and your just good nature up. People are just excited to see you when you do good things. It's just the way that it goes.
And having a race is such like a it's like a middle school thing.
Right.
So let's have a foot race.
It's a very juvenile way to do it, right?
Yeah, it's a great way to do it too, especially if it's for charity.
Griffey swing. I agree. I agree very much. Let's see here. Gianni wants me to race Geiger for $500. That'd be a very interesting race. I think it's pretty close. If I really wanted to, and I was nice and warm, I think it would be pretty darn close.
Okay, well, if he beats you, that's you still have your batting average to look at. There's no way he can beat your batting average.
No, he had a rough go yesterday at the plate. He had a very rough go at the plate. Yeah, we had softball yesterday.
Oh, softball's back. I didn't realize you were back.
We are an ice cold team to start because we don't pick up a bat between August and May. And it's like, let's just go out and play, and we'll be better than these teams who have been practicing for the last month.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen. It just does not happen at all. I'm getting a request to see J.P. Crawford with Griffey swing side by side. I don't have the time to do that right now, but they are. His home run swing from 2 home runs ago was very eerily similar to what Griffey did back in the day. So we'll try and find that for next show because it is pretty interesting. Essentially, the Mariners need to figure out how to hit the ball again. That'd be really cool. If you had to ask me about my level of worry, between 1 and 10, I'd put it like a 5. I think maybe 5.5. Probably 5.5. Jesse Winker's not going to hit 186. Adam Frazier's not going to hit 230. Julio, I'm hoping for like 260. Suarez won't hit 202. Kelenic, I hope to God he doesn't hit 127. He needs to go back down to the minors. He needs to go back down now. Hoping to see Kyle Lewis back up in the next 2.5 weeks. That'd be a big time move. Sam, Kyle Lewis has been out since July with a meniscus tear. He came back 2 days ago. He's on a rehab assignment in AAA Tacoma. First pitch that he has seen in a actual competitive game since July, and he hit a home run 450 feet. Easy. First pitch.
Love to see it.
Love to absolutely see it. If that can continue in the pros, he was the Rookie of the Year in 2020.
Awesome, was he really?
Awesome to see him make a comeback. It would be very nice to see him come back. All right. Yeah, level of worry, 5.5. That's what I'm going to go with. All right. You know what I haven't done in a while, Sam, and I feel kind of bad?
Huh.
Yeah, I haven't talked about Windermere enough.
Good old Windermere.
Good old Windermere. Windermere Services Mountain West proudly services over 60 Windermere offices in Eastern Washington, Idaho, Eastern Oregon, and Montana. They are all in for their local communities. At Windermere Services Mountain West, relationships are the foundation of their business. Their mission is to be successful, team-oriented real estate professionals committed to exceeding expectations through exceptional customer service. There's a lot of E's in that sentence. Exceeding expectations through exceptional customer service. They are Windermere. Windermere Services Mountain West is committed to the communities in which they live and work. They are all in for you. Use Windermere. If you want to buy a house in this crazy market, Windermere. If you want to sell a house in this crazy market, Windermere. Windermere is always the answer, Sam.
Windermere's the win.
Windermere will make you win. All right, so let's finish this up. Let's do that ranking real quick. So last week or 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
it's been
2 weeks.
2 weeks ago, we ranked domestic beers. We got a lot of kickback on the domestic beers. We're going to do a different ranking this time. We're going to do some superhero movies. We're going to keep it light, keep it outside of sports for now. Let's do, what do we have? Is that Ant-Man?
So we have our superhero tier, which is going to be, it's basically S tier. Mm-hmm. You have the Amazing Spider tier, the Bruce Could Be Better, Captain OK, Dreadpool, and Fantastic Four.
Okay.
Foul, sorry.
Yep. Well, technically that movie was also fantastically foul.
Yeah. Starting out, we got Ant-Man. The first one.
I think Amazing Spider tier.
You would put Ant-Man Amazing Spider tier?
Where would you put it?
I'd probably put it, I think it's Bruce Could Be Better.
Where does Ant-Man 2 go?
I'd put Ant-Man 2 and Captain OK.
Okay. We'll stick with that. Okay.
You're good
probably,
with
probably should.
Okay.
Aquaman? Boy. God. Probably Captain OK.
I should have put something between Captain OK and Dreadpool.
It's right in that.
It's right
there.
here.
Yeah.
But I didn't put one there.
Let's put it there because the didn't it look pretty good?
It's been quite a while since I watched it, but there was a ton of CGI, and I think they did.
I think they did okay with it. Let's put it there.
Okay.
Is that the first Avengers?
First Avengers.
That has to be at the top, I think.
That's got to go one of these two.
Let's put it at the top because it was like that was a game changer. That was a definite.
That really set a new standard kind of thing.
See, people are upset. They're like, "Oh, I thought this was a sports show." You listen to any sports show, and they always do something that's not sports. They always have something that's not sports.
We're doing that.
All right, what's this?
Age of Ultron.
Let's just skip that one. Let's just do the bigger ones.
Okay.
What's that?
Infinity War.
Yeah.
I think I got to put Infinity. Personally, for me, I got to put Infinity War superhero tier, Endgame Amazing Spider tier.
Yep, that works for me.
Okay.
Which Batman is that?
Batman Begins. So the one before Dark Knight. I can't think of the actor who played Batman.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. Thank you.
Bruce Could Be Better.
I don't do the.
Yeah,
again, it's one of those.
It started it. Put it second.
Okay.
Yep, it started that trilogy.
Black Panther. Black Panther was incredible.
Yeah.
I think I got to put that superhero tier.
Yeah, let's put Batman vs Superman. Oh God. Yeah, there. Leave it there.
Yeah,
leave it there.
Looks like this is the very first Captain America.
You almost have to put that higher just because it was Iron Man was first, wasn't it?
Yeah, Iron Man was very first.
Yeah, leave it there. Put it there.
Captain okay?
Yeah,
okay.
Fine.
Winter Soldier?
Right above it.
Right above it? Okay.
Yeah.
I'd put it up here, but I'll put it in here
let's leave it there for now.
Civil War.
Skip that one too. I don't care.
Skip it. Okay. Yeah. Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
I'm personally just not a fan of Brie Larson.
Not that good. No, she sucks. Deadpool's top.
Yeah, I love
Deadpool's
Deadpool.
Amazing.
The second one I definitely don't think is nearly as good.
No, but it's still up there.
It's definitely.
Let's just skip to a couple of the ones I can see here.
Okay.
Let's go to the first Spider-Man. Or is that the second? What is that one?
This one. This is the very first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Top. Yeah.
I think you got to go here and then here with Spider-Man 2.
Okay, I'll accept that. Okay. Go to the Dark Knight. Yep, top. Easy.
Yeah, it's got to be on the top. Let's see. Original Iron Man.
Top.
Okay, yep. I'll agree with that.
Grab Superman right beneath your cursor there. Is that the first one with?
That's Man of Steel, yeah.
Man of Steel? Oh, boy. Yeah, there. I agree.
I think it's got to be Captain Okay.
Yep.
First Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Bruce could be better.
Bruce could be better? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got the very first Thor.
See, Captain Okay, because that I feel like because they started them, like there's a little bit of like
it's like some of the originals.
Is that Green Lantern at the very bottom?
You know what? I can't even rank Green Lantern. Yeah. I don't think.
Yeah, let's leave it.
I will. So this is Ragnarok. This is my personal favorite.
Yep. Put it where you want.
Movie. I don't think it's fantastic. I think it's the best Marvel movie. I don't think it's
up
quite up there, but I definitely think it's here.
Yeah. Do Wonder Woman.
Or do you? I liked the first Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Yeah,
I thought the comedy was nice. Do the third of the Dark Knight trilogy.
Oh man, it's been a long time since I've watched anything of these movies.
Probably Bruce could be better. Yeah,
we'll go. It's been a long time since I've watched that one in particular. So
yep, we'll do that.
I'll leave it up to you. Let's see. Let's hop to.
Give me three more. Give me three more of the best ones remaining.
Guardians 1.
Top. Oh, I
top?
love Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, I'll give you top. I would put it here as well, but I'll give you top.
Yep, we'll do top.
That sounded disgusting. Justice League, I'm just going to toss down here.
Yep, that one's easy. That one doesn't count. Two more.
We'll do Shazam.
I actually kind of like Shazam.
I think it could have been a better movie, but I did enjoy Shazam.
Yeah, put it there.
We'll put it there, and then we'll do...
Last but not least.
I'm going to do two more. I'm going to give Doctor Strange here.
Yep.
And then the very first Andrew Spider-Man.
That's a good one. That's a good question.
I think I really liked Andrew Spider-Man. I know that's like a personal hot take.
Yep.
I definitely don't think it's like either of them are super good movies.
Bruce could be better.
And I would put it Captain Okay.
Okay, put a Captain Okay because I think it may have gotten better as it went on.
Okay, and the second one is almost in the same level of Green Lantern.
Yeah. That one. Is that the electric one?
That was Electro.
It's funny that they brought him back as one of the guys in the new Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Without giving too much away.
Love to see it.
All right. Let's do a jabroni. I want to talk about Sean McVay. You guys are raging douche. I hate the Rams. I hate the Rams more than anything in the world, and it all starts with their head coach and Sean McVay. I'll give the background and then we'll play the video. So in the first round on the draft last week, the Patriots traded up to pick Cole Strange, a center, if I'm not mistaken, with the 29th pick, and a decent amount of draft experts didn't really love the fact that they had to trade up to grab him, but also said that he was a really good pick just in general, just not at that spot. So the Rams, who didn't have a first-round draft pick, they haven't had a first-round draft pick in years. They're not going to draft in the first round unless they trade it away again until 2024. For some reason, they're hosting a draft party, and they have a live stream of their head coach and general manager. So after Cole Strange was drafted by the Patriots, this video went viral of Sean McVay reacting, and Les Snead reacting to this draft pick by the Patriots.
Really? Just went. Oh, my UT Chattanooga to the first round. Hey, where is How about that? And we wasted our time watching him thinking he'd be at 104 maybe.
That's a team that just won the Super Bowl. And there's a reason why they're laughing like that, because they're winners, and that's what you can do when you're winners. You can make fun of everybody else. I guess he ended up calling Cole Strange and calling Bill Belichick and apologizing for the fact that he laughed like that, and rightfully so. It's kind of a brutal laugh. I don't mind the commentary, like, think that we looked at him to be available at 105, and because that's, again, a fair take, but that's a pretty, belly laugh for, a draft pick.
It feels, it's obviously a very forced laugh.
Right. Oh, man, just brutal. I just hate Sean McVay and everything the Rams stand for. I really wish they wouldn't win ever again. And it's unfortunate because I think they're going to win for the foreseeable future. Yes, Jabroni of the Week is Sean McVay and that horrendous laugh. All right, this day in sports history. A couple good ones here. This day in 1904, Cy Young pitches the first perfect game in modern baseball as the Boston Americans beat the Philadelphia Athletics. It's kind of funny because now it's the Boston Red Sox and the Philadelphia Phillies, the Oakland Athletics, and the Americans are no longer a thing. This day in 1989, Mike Tyson gets his second speeding ticket for drag racing in Albany, New York. Hate to see it. God, hate
to see it.
Really a rough go at it. And on this day, a season ago, Baltimore Orioles ace John Means, who was out of baseball, no-hits the Seattle Mariners. And they win 6-0 at T-Mobile Park in Seattle.
Hate to see it.
God, if the Mariners get no hit this year, it's not going to be good. Happy birthday to Tony Canadeo, former Gonzaga football player, Hall of Fame running back for the Green Bay Packers. I think he's a Hall of Famer. Did I see he was a Hall of Famer? No, I don't think he is a Hall of Famer, actually. Won a championship in 1944. Two-time first-team All-Pro in 43 and 49. He was part of the NFL's 1940s All-Decade team. He's in the Green Bay Packers Hall of Fame, and his number 3 is retired by the Packers. So, did you know, Sam, GU has 3 or 4 Hall of Famers that they produced?
For football?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep. He was known as the Gray Ghost of Gonzaga due to his prematurely graying hair.
Dude, that's a sick nickname.
The Gray Ghost of Gonzaga.
The Gray Ghost? That's tight.
It's pretty cool. He was born in Chicago, and then he played college football at GU. He's Italian ancestry. He was named an outstanding Italian-American athlete by the Italian-American Civic League. Other people honored were Joe DiMaggio and Gene Sarazen. He, as a senior in 1940, starred in GU's 13-7 upset win over the University of Detroit, and he was the part of the last alum to play pro football. He also boxed at GU. He was not particularly fast or elusive, and he was smaller, but I guess he just had a lot of fight to him. The Gray Ghost. Pretty cool, actually. All right, Sam. Well, one of these days, I'm going to find a co-host who's going to, stick around and, hang out.
What are you talking about, dude? Andrew's here.
Oh, that's right. Where's Andrew? Great take. As usual, Andrew providing fantastic commentary. He must hate his life right now.
I'm just glad he was able to pitch in today.
I love hearing Sam.
It's good to hear from him. It's been a while.
Great to hear from him. All right, that was Locker Room number 81. We will see you here, in theory, with 2 of us next week, next Thursday for the Locker Room number 82. And always remember that you can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. See ya.